Hello and welcome to the second highlights programme from Armoy in County Antrim. This 3-mile-long circuit hosts some of Northern Ireland's most exciting national road racing, and here's a reminder of what we've enjoyed so far. Here we go, watch the lights. Oh, it's a cracking start by Adam McLean. McLean straight in. And Dunlop through the second. They're side by side and Todd goes through, so Davy Todd now into third. And Dunlop leads. Michael Dunlop leads. And away we go. But it's not Dunlop who takes the whole shot by the looks of things. Here comes Dunlop. Michael Dunlop into the lead, past Neil Kernahan. There goes Dunlop. He has the straight line speed on that 250. Whitehall is looking to make the move as they go into the chicane, and he's done it. Can he stop in time? Oh, it was daring. The big superbikes are about to launch themselves, and it looks like it's Shields perhaps who's going to take the whole shot. Dunlop is going for McGee, and he's got him. How close to McGee does he? Oh, that close. Here comes Michael Dunlop to take the checkered flag. It's his 4th win of the weekend at Armoy. The Armoy Club really has done a tremendous job putting this event together in difficult circumstances with restrictions constantly changing. In comparison to other road races with a long history, this is a recent addition, having first taken place in 2009. It's a super meeting staged on the public roads in County Antrim. The course is just over 3 miles in length, triangular in shape, full of tight twists and turns, and winds its way through the countryside and the tiny village of Armoy. Top of the bill, Michael Dunlop from Ballymoney. He's the lap record holder and has 8 wins in a row in the feature superbike race. Guy Martin, now a TV personality, returns to the roads for a rare appearance. Another Englishman, Davy Todd, riding for the locally owned Wilson Craig Honda team. Joey Thompson from Yorkshire takes a break from British Superbikes to race here. Macrofelt's Paul Jordan is a former Armoy winner. There's an impressive local duo of Adam McLean and Daryl Tweed on board McAdoo Kawasaki's. And the very strong Republic of Ireland challenge comes from Derek Shields from Dublin, Mullingar's Derek McGee, and from Skerry's Michael Sweeney. Let's begin with the Supersport 2. Seven laps the race distance then as Adam McLean takes his position on the front row alongside Derek McGee, who dramatically pulled out with seconds to go at the start of the first Supersport race on Friday night. Michael Dunlop in pole position. We are ready to go. No Daryl Tweed amongst any of this lot, of course. He had his spill on Friday night. Oh, as Derek McGee straight across the nose of Adam McLean. McGee will take the whole shot. McLean in second place by the looks of things. Indeed it is. Davy Todd third. Michael Dunlop in 4th position. But certainly Adam McLean may have had to hold off or held off just for a moment as McGee moved across to go into the lead. Joey Thompson just ahead of this second wave of riders. Dunlop still in 4th behind Davy Todd. Mike Brown in 5th position. We're riding with Dominic Herbertson back in 6th place by the looks of things. Back on board with Adam McLean as he goes after the race leader. which is still Derek McGee on this opening lap. Davy Todd in third, just a little bit of a gap between the third and fourth place riders. I don't think Michael Dunlop will be too concerned about that at the moment. Here they come. One of the most spectacular parts of the circuit, hugely popular with the spectators. Oh, wobbles for Todd and for Dunlop. It's Derek McGee who leads from Adam McLean. Todd has closed that gap down between third and second place. Michael Dunlop just playing the waiting game. Lots of time left in this race, of course. 7 laps the race distance. Across the line, it's McGee from McLean, from Todd, from Dunlop. It could be a 4-way fight for honours in this one. A gap back to the man in 5th place. So we're riding with Davy Todd. Will we see Michael Dunlop appear any moment now? There's a fair bet that he will, but he won't. So Todd still holding off Michael Dunlop. Derek McGee still setting the pace out front. There's just 0.3 of a second between McGee and McLean at the end of lap 1. Shows how close this one is. Here they come. McLean looking for a way past McGee. But McGee, you say defending, he's absolutely flying. There's no way McLean can just find that little bit of oomph he needs just to get past into first place. Here they come again. One of the most spectacular sights of any racetrack in the world. They drop down to this long left loop. And McLean under pressure. McGee with his foot off the peg. I wonder what the indication was there. As it is, Michael Dunlop goes through into 3rd place from Davy Todd. I wonder if they held off because of what McGee sticking his right foot out. Anyway, the race goes on, it's still McGee. Oh, and Dunlop now goes through right at the end of the lap to snatch 2nd place from McLean. Incredible. So 0.4 of a second, the gap between 1st and 2nd place. Oh, and here comes Dunlop up the inside. Michael Dunlop, new race leader. Derek McGee back to 2nd place. It didn't take long. Lap number 3 of 7, and Michael Dunlop has hit the front. What can McLean, McGee and Todd do about the Ballymoney man between now and the checkered flag? They could really do with working with one another just to try and make sure Dunlop doesn't pull away from them. Easier said than done. Michael Dunlop up into 1st place. Lots of encouragement for Michael Dunlop. This part of the world, Armoy, very much his territory. So here they come. Watch these wheels go light. It's almost motocross. And here they come again. Getting crossed up. So Dunlop from McGee, from McLean, from Todd. Such a tricky turn, this left hand. Then back on the path, the right one. Davy Todd just needs to concentrate on what's going on ahead of him, not behind him. Dunlop across the line, in 1st place still, but Derek McGee doing very well to stay with him. And Davy Todd just losing touch with the front 3. Here he is, we're riding on board with him on the Wilson Craig Honda. It does look increasingly like Davy Todd will have to settle for a position outside of the podium places. McLean doing his best just to stay with Derek McGee. Derek McGee doing his best to stay with Michael Dunlop. Oh, Dunlop nice and neat. McGee just taking it a little bit wider around the turn than Dunlop did. And now McLean just losing touch with the front 2. So we're riding with Adam McLean once more. Had that massive injury a couple of years ago. Oh, Dunlop with a little bit of movement in the machine. Derek McGee still with him. McGee refusing to let go of Dunlop. Here they come, they're side by side. McGee from Dunlop, is it? No, it's Dunlop still from Derek McGee. But Dunlop knows he has a fight on his hands. Adam McLean in a distant third place. You can just see the front two up ahead. Davey Todd still holding fourth place. This is an incredible battle. McGee, having reclaimed the lead on lap 6, has lost it again to Michael Dunlop. And Michael Dunlop leading from Derek McGee on this last lap. Adam McLean looks like he'll have to settle for a hard-fought third position. But what thrills we've had, especially from Michael Dunlop and Derek McGee as they battled it out front. And it looks, it will take something spectacular or a mistake by Dunlop, which rarely happens, for McGee to win this one. Not far to go then for Michael Dunlop from Derek McGee. The gap back to Adam McLean in third place. And here he is, McLean. But it's an exhilarating final lap. And McGee has not given up. He's closed that gap right down. He could still do this. He needs good exit. He's got a good exit, so too though is Dunlop. Here they come. McGee snatched the lead at the end of lap 6. Can he do it again at the end of lap 7? No! 0.02 of a second between them. It's Michael Dunlop who takes the victory. What a fantastic Supersport race. Adam McLean settles for third place ahead of Davey Todd, but Derek McGee just losing out right at the end to Michael Dunlop. What a battle that was.
It was quick there, I must say. Derek was pushing hard there. So I got hot and heavy there, and then the last lap, a bit of confusion into chicane. I was still in the lead at the time of the flag.
That's a hat trick so far.
It's all right. Look at this. Bikes are going well, so you just have to keep your head down and keep battling on.
Fantastic race and great start today, and fair play to little Kawasaki, it's flying, and thanks to B&W Racing and Diamond Edge cutting for the bike. Yeah, it was just a bit tight in the chicane, but it's just the nature of it. Mickey was on the inside and there wasn't a whole lot of room, but look, we got through okay.
Coming up next, more road racing thrills from Armoy. Welcome back to Northern Ireland and the Armoy Race of Legends. Seven laps the race distance then for the senior support race. Pole position in the hands of Kevin Bosby, alongside him Jack Oliver. And Jack Oliver with a little front wheel pop, and so too Owen Ashokru. But it looks as if it will be Oliver who will be first into the chicane. Indeed it is. Ashokru just files in third place. Bosby back in fourth. Keelan Ryan just closing in on Ashokru on the brakes if he can, and already Jack Oliver looking to break away if he can. A nice gap to have at this early start of the race in the first position. Bosby still holding fourth. Church Benz, Oliver from Ashokru. Again, a well-supported entry. Lots of machines throughout the various waves. Dunlops and Jack Oliver with a wiggle. A little one from Owen Ashokru. Ryan in third as well. Well, this is very impressive from Jack Oliver, a relative newcomer to road racing. Ashokru looking for what would be his second win of the day at Armoy. But that looks increasingly unlikely the way things are going at the moment. He'll have to go some to reel in the race leader. Further back, here comes Graham McAleese. Oh, and he loses a position. Here comes Oliver into Church Benz. Ashokru just losing more ground. And here's that battle for third. It is Bosby who's now in the P3 position. Well, this is some story this for Jack Oliver. Next into Church Benz, it's Michael Gahan. And he's coming under pressure. And here is that battle for third place. Still Barsby. Liam Traynor looking to get in the picture, trying to gain ground on Keelan Ryan, who's fourth. Unable to do anything just right now, but he's closer to Ryan than he has been at any other point during this race. This is incredible. Jack Oliver, I don't know where he's lost that ground, but he's lost it somewhere. As Owen Ashokru now is starting to think about first place, when it looked for a long, long time as if he'd have to settle for second. Dunlop's leap, it's still Oliver, but that gap is way, way closer, and Oliver really trying. Two little wobbles for him there. Kirch Bends really is truly magnificent part of any road racing circuit. So then here they come, last lap. Oh, Shokru up the inside perhaps. No, not close enough, is he? Oliver still has the lead going into this last lap, but for so long we thought Jack Oliver had this sewn up. Paul Smith on bike treble 1. Into Robbo's. Ashokru fancies this one. He fancies this one. Oh, he fancied it, but certainly Oliver didn't want to give it away. But he has to drive out of the turn, and it works to perfection for the Irishman. So Ashokru leads from Jack Oliver. He won earlier in the day, and it looks as if he'll be on for another one. But Jack Oliver's not giving up. He's trying as hard as he can, using every available inch of the road. But here comes Owen Ashokru to take the checkered flag. It looked as if it was a forlorn hope. He was so far back on the race leader, Jack Oliver, but he fought back and he takes the win, and he's delighted. Third place for Keelan Ryan in the end, ahead of Kevin Barsby. Jack Oliver in second, but Owen Ashokru is the race winner. It's the turn of the Senior Classics. Pole position, Guy Martin, alongside him Ian Locker, and completing the front row, Barry Davidson. So watch the lights, and away they go. And it is Guy Martin, is it? He's going to lead Barry Davidson with another super hot start. But it's Guy Martin from Davidson, from Locker. Fourth place, Richard Ford. We're riding with Watty Brown. A mixture of mainly 500s and 750s. This is the next wave away. Ben Ray with a cracking start as he picks his way through. Oh, and he heads the second wave. So Ben Ray leading the second wave. It is Guy Martin from Barry Davidson, who's now second, ahead of Ian Locker. Ian Locker no victories at Armoy. What a roar, what a roar. Always a puff of smoke there from Martin. Sometimes, because they're classic machines, any kind of little bit of smoke and you start thinking or fearing the worst. So temperamental, of course. Oh, Ian Locker with great drive, and he just powers his way through into second place past Barry Davidson. York off another lap with Guy Martin's name at the top of the leaderboard. But Ian Locker, two road racing legends in hot pursuit in the classic race at Armoy. Ben Ray still going very strongly. That gap has come down. Ian Locker is closing in on Guy Martin. Martin smoking a lot more than Locker. Ian Locker is closing in. Guy Martin's going to have a problem soon. He hasn't got one already. But Ian Locker gaining. Ben Ray into Robbo's corner, all on his own. Oh, it is a new race leader. It's Ian Locker. Locker leads from Guy Martin. But one lap to go. Guy Martin on the 750 BSA. Closing up, and he's really trying. He's taking the fight to Locker. Guy Martin's not giving up on this one just yet. This is the moment when Ian Locker bounces his way past Guy Martin. So Ian Locker on for what would be his first ever win at Armoy. Dave Bruff just negotiating his way around, all foot off the peg from Guy Martin. It's now or never. He needs great drive if he's going to do it, but Ian Locker is superb out of the turn. It's going to be Ian Locker who wins the Senior Classics. Here they go across the line, indeed it is. Ian Locker, a first ever Armoy race victory for the Welshman. Guy Martin has to settle for second position. Well, I enjoyed that. I think they did too. Richard Ford takes third place with Ben Ray fourth from Wave 2, Guy Martin second, and Ian Locker the race winner. In the 500 class, it's Barry Davidson from Mark Parrott, with John Lee Pemberton finishing third.
It's nice to enjoy to ride around and be on the modern bikes and try and be competitive with the youngsters, but you know, you always want to try and be competitive, you know, and that's what drives you on. When you're not competitive or you don't feel that you want to be competitive, then it's time to give up. So I've said that a few times before, but yeah, no, it's great, and it's nice that, you know, Guy was here to have a good run against him and that, you know, because it was a bit lonely otherwise. But no, I really enjoyed it, you know, like John Chapman and the boys have worked hard on this bike, and we tried doing the Classic TT. I think it's 4 times and probably only done 2 laps in all those 4 years. So hopefully next year, if we get the Classic going again, then, you know, then we can get it, you know, try and get on the roster for him and just get a finish would be nice, you know. So this is a good start anyway.
Yeah, he's always doing what's already been done. You're not trying to finish.
I sort of lost interest in racing, sort of full stop, because now I'm into mile racing. That's all I'm bothered of doing, except for road racing. Like, yeah, out in England, I'm not really that bothered. But like, as soon as the road race on, I'm here. My name's I'll get my name down. We're going. As long as work line's on me here. Love it, mate. Love it.
Well, it's always good to see you back in Northern Ireland. Good to be here.
Thank you very much. Great. Really enjoyed it. Cheers, boss.
What do they reckon that is? Do they reckon the 90? It's not 90.
Welcome back to Northern Ireland and the Armoy Road Races. The bikes forming up on the grid then for the Super Twins. It's Derek McGee in pole position. Joe Loughlin completing the front row of the grid as McGee gets us underway. Adam McLean slots into second place from the front row. Michael Sweeney is there too. So is Dominic Herbertson. Loughlin is shuffled from the front row back to 5th place. Dominic Herbertson goes up from row 2 into 4th. But it's McGee who leads this one. Number 2, the unmistakable Ian Locker on the pattern. So it's McGee from McLean, Sweeney from Herbertson, Loughlin in 5th position. Oh, Herbertson just squaring the corner off. Didn't get a good exit because of that. So we're riding with the man in 5th place, looking back to 6th position. Joe Loughlin, who began the race on the front row, now has his work cut out to make up those positions he's lost. McGee, still from McLean, still from Sweeney. Herbertson still in 4th place. Here they come. It is McGee still in 1st from McLean, and Herbertson closing that gap down into Michael Sweeney in 3rd. A suggestion perhaps that McGee is just pulling away from Adam McLean now. Still no change in the order, but a long way to go, of course, in this race. So look again at the start from Dominic Herbertson on row 2, goes past Joe Loughlin. He doesn't get the best of starts from the front row. Loughlin just has to hold off on the pattern. And here comes Herbertson up the inside of Sweeney. Can he make the move stick? And Loughlin goes around the outside. Can Loughlin turn in time? Lachlan does indeed go into third place. It's poor Michael Sweeney who gets properly duffed up. And Herbertson, who thought he'd gone from fourth into third, finds himself still in fourth place, or does he? It's a battle royale for third place. McLean, meanwhile, is going up the inside of McGee. And McLean takes over at the front. It's all happening now in this Super Twin race. Derek McGee back to second place. Adam McLean now leads. Who's in third place, though? As old McGee now alongside, and he retakes first place. So any thoughts, McLean? And about holding on to the race lead, suddenly snatched away from him. Oh, Lachlan on the back wheel on the pattern. Sweeney just losing touch. But McGee's had a wake-up call from Adam McLean. Adam McLean, good drive out of the turn. Here comes Ian Locker. Switch on those headlights if it goes up. That's Sweeney. Michael Sweeney's a retirement. Was holding a very strong position. Oh, Herbertson just cutting the chicane, or the entrance into the chicane. And he and Joe Lachlan continue this fight. A podium position at stake. Herbertson looking to make a move on the brakes. I don't think he's close enough. He isn't. We all know about there's a few spots of rain on the camera lens. But we all know about the pattern in a straight line. McGee and McLean still battling for this one. Derek McGee has 4 wins at Armoy to his name. He's looking for number 5. It is a real roller coaster of a circuit. But it's McGee who certainly seems to have this one now. Locker of the second wave. Oh, and Owen with a foot off the peg. Doesn't seem to have upset his rhythm. Well, McGee, we had that little moment with Adam McLean when McLean took over at the front. But since then, it's been a very polished performance from a very polished rider. Derek McGee, seemingly on his way to victory number 5, or career victory number 5 at Armoy. Ian Locker still leading that second wave, but he's not going to threaten the podium positions. Derek McGee seemingly on his way to victory. He's managed to see off Adam McLean. Joe Lachlan still in third place. That's the gap now back to Adam McLean. And a good sized gap back to the man in third place. There he is, Joe Lachlan on the pattern. And he in turn has also put a gap. He's put some distance between himself and Dominic Herbertson. So big gaps now between the front 4 riders. But as we saw with Michael Sweeney, it's not over until it's over. Dominic Herbertson just watching Lachlan disappear. So one more lap to go then for Derek McGee. He's completed 6 of the 7 laps. Ended all of them in first place. Joe Lachlan in third, and Dominic Herbertson are certainly a distant 4th now. So Derek McGee just around a couple of miles or so away from the checkered flag. It's not been the closest of races, but certainly has been thrilling. We've seen some great moves. So McGee in amongst the slower riders. And on his way now, he just has to keep it all together. And he's a very smooth rider. So Derek McGee, and you can see Adam McLean a long way back. That's around 6-7 seconds back on McLean, under pressure from Joe Lachlan now. Joe Lachlan. Oh, Lachlan goes through to second place. So on the final lap, Joe Lachlan second from Adam McLean in third. I wonder if Adam McLean thought maybe he had that sewn up. But here comes Derek McGee. Across the line he goes. He's also broken Ryan Farquhar's lap record. It stood for 6 years. So the Silver Twin lap record now goes to Derek McGee. Second place goes to Joe Lachlan. Third, Adam McLean. Confirmation of the result then, with Dominic Herbertson in fourth place. Adam McLean having to settle for third behind Joe Lachlan. And it's Derek McGee, win number 5 at Armoy. A celebratory wheelie of the highest standard from Derek McGee as he laps the applause of the spectators.
Fair play to Ryan, he's had to put the smash on Mike under me, and it's great to get our first out and our first win together again.
Next to take to the road, it's Super Twin Race B. Familiar 97 of Seamus Elliott in pole position. Got Anthony Redmond alongside him on the front row. Away they go then. It looks like a good start perhaps. But Michael Gillen going to go into third place. But it's Elliott with Redmond shuffled back to fourth. Down into Robbo's corner they go. Second place in the hands of Michael Mace. Redmond's looking strong now in fourth place, perhaps gaining in on the third place rider. But it's Seamus Elliott who continues to lead. Here they come. It's Elliott from Mace, from Michael Gillen, from Anthony Redmond as they go down through Church Bends. Elliott with a handy lead at this stage. So there's a lot to be decided between these three. Redmond up into third place now. And he might be about to take second. Is he close enough? No. He'll have to hold on for the moment. But it's Mace still there in second position. Seamus Elliott, well, he's not quite shaking them off just yet. Elliott from Redmond, from Mace. Gillen in fourth position still. Still very much in this. That gap is, in fact it's now, I was going to say Elliott is leading. Second place is Anthony Redmond. Michael Mace has dropped back to third. And he could be about to drop back to fourth. Indeed he is. But Gillen through to third. Look round from Seamus Elliott to see that Anthony Redmond is closing in. They were the two fastest in qualifying and they are the two fastest riders in this race. Well, Seamus Elliott looked to have, well, didn't have it in the bag, but he certainly had a nice lead in the early stages of this race, but that has now gone. Redmond, who was in fourth, has gone past Gillen, he's gone past Mace, and now he's looking to go past Elliott. Oh, Elliott's a shake of the head, and that's it, he's out. He's expired. So Seamus Elliott, the race leader, retires. And that means Anthony Redmond is now our race leader. Incredible. Poor old Seamus Elliott. On lap 4. Well, it's Redmond, Gillen and Mace, but what's not showing is that KMR Kawasaki rider Matt Rees, the Welshman, on aggregate timing, is the closest to our race leader. Well, here he is, Anthony Redmond, but it may be wave 2 that we have to look to when the checkered flag is dropped. And through goes Rees. Oh, just too hot on the brakes. And that allows Michael Gillen just to pull away slightly. Here is the checkered flag. Anthony Redmond takes the win. A sizable advantage at the end. So Matt Rees takes second place behind Anthony Redmond. Michael Gillen settles for third, with Michael Mace in fourth. This is how the monos finish, with Dave Walsh ahead of Stephen Boyce. Stay right here for more road racing action from Armoy. The main feature is the Race of Legends, in recognition of a group of famous riders called the Armoy Armada, who were established in 1977 and comprised the late Joey Dunlop, Mervyn Robinson, Frank Kennedy, plus Joey's brother Jim. Joey's nephew Michael has dominated the event with 8 wins in a row. Michael Dunlop in search of what would be a 9th successive Race of Legends victory here at Armoy. He doesn't start in pole position though. That honour goes to Derek Shields. Alongside him, Michael Sweeney. Dunlop on row 2. Mike Brown, number 16, completing the front row as the lights go out. Sweeney on his rear wheel, which he doesn't want to be. And it's Derek McGee from row 2 who takes the lead into the chicane. Michael Dunlop is shuffled back, so too is Mike Brown. Derek Shields in second place. Next wave away. And it's Andy Farrell who leads them into the chicane. James Chalk and Davey Morgan at the back of that little 5-way fight. Here they come all over the place. But it's McGee in first position. Dunlop looking for a way past Davey Todd if he can find it. Not on this occasion. We're riding with Derek Shields in pursuit of the race leader, Derek McGee. These two Dereks looking to spoil Michael Dunlop's record here. Andy Farrell, meanwhile, is taking the second wave, which includes Richard Charlton. So, McGee, who's threatening to pull away. Dunlop won't be panicking just yet. He's there in fourth place still. Got Sweeney and Shields, etc. for company. McGee really has to break it if he can. He needs to pull away because he knows it's all eyes on Michael Dunlop, really, isn't it? Because he is in fourth place, as we've seen so far today and even last night. He doesn't have to be at the front at the early stages of a race, but he works his way through. He picks them off one by one, and just as he's about to do here, perhaps on Michael Sweeney. But he can't get through just at the moment, but watch out for him as he comes up towards the end of the lap. Here is Derek Shields in second place. McGee, the rider just off to the distance, who leads. And there goes Dunlop already up into second position. Where did Michael Dunlop come from? Well, here's the answer. Having passed Sweeney, he then made his way through on Derek Shields. Davey Todd still in fifth position. Mike Brown is there in sixth. Derek McGee, don't look over your shoulder. And Dunlop very much now with the bit between his teeth. Threatening, pushing, cajoling. Here they come. Dunlop alongside, and it is Dunlop who goes into the lead. Oh my goodness, a massive moment for Derek McGee. You can see it again now. And there it is, heart in mouth time for Derek McGee. So this is riding with Derek Shields and just losing the position, really. No, losing 2 positions. I wonder why that is. Well, Michael Dunlop on his way to what will be a 5th victory at Armoy, and a 9th successive Race of Legends triumph, as long as he manages to keep it all together. So while Michael Dunlop is racing out in front, it's all eyes on these 3 for the battle for second place. Sweeney just behind Davey Todd. So through goes Michael Dunlop. who will appear in second place. There they come in the distance. It is still Derek McGee from Davy Todd and Michael Sweeney. Nothing really between them. All neat and orderly. Yeah, Derek Shields with a problem. So it looks as if that's that for Derek Shields. Over the line goes McGee for second place. Davy Todd still in third. Michael Sweeney in fourth. Yeah, Derek Shields coming in for retirement. What a shame, he was going so well, but that is that for Derek Shields. Yeah, race of legends, and we are looking at one. 32 years of age, Michael Dunlop. Derek McGee still in second place. In that moment, for most of us, would still be fresh in our minds, but he'll be concentrating 100% on the job in hand and making sure he hangs on at least to second place from Davy Todd. Sweeney, oh, it's Todd alongside him, and Todd goes through for second. I wonder if Derek McGee has been shaken up a little bit by what happened earlier, and maybe just eased off as he went through that section. Davy Todd, if he did, Davy Todd took advantage, and Todd up into second place now. Farrell. One more lap to go for this legend of racing. Not just the roads, but motorcycle racing in general. Michael Dunlop carrying on the family tradition of victories in road racing, especially here in Northern Ireland. Michael Sweeney still holding on for fourth place. He'd love to get a podium position today. Derek McGee might just have a problem on his hands in the shape of Michael Sweeney. Davy Todd still holding on to second place. And a second place to Michael Dunlop is a very good result. Here comes Dunlop. The crowd acknowledge their man. Derek McGee, that is Davy Todd just ahead. Oh, we're going to see a front wheel from Mike Sweeney. Not on this occasion, but here they come. Here he is then, to take the checkered flag, a 9th successive Race of Legends victory for Michael Dunlop. Davy Todd will take second place, and Derek McGee should be third, or is he going to take second right at the... Oh my goodness me, no. Oh, and there's a little bit of belly pan looks to be a little bit flapping from Davy Todd. I wonder what's happened there. Confirmation of the result, Derek McGee third, but less than half a second ahead of Michael Sweeney. Just behind Davy Todd though for second, but Michael Dunlop a convincing victory yet again. So Michael Dunlop comes in. Is it a celebratory burnout? Indeed it is. We've waited a long time to see Michael Dunlop win a race again. He's won 5 this weekend. What a star. You can see why everybody loves him.
Right, 5 races, 5 wins, so can't really complain in any way. So we'll see. The boys have worked hard. You know, the lads have come out and have been out, you know, the year off, and they've come back and they've done a great job. So happy enough.